So it was a business decision first and foremost, and that's all there was to it. It's given me a lot more opportunity outside of the game of golf and giving me more time with my family and my future family.
LIV Golf just dropped a worldwide bombshell, and Bryson DeChambeau might be the fire starter behind it all. What began as a quiet little policy update has exploded into one of the boldest, most shocking power plays modern golf has ever witnessed. Behind all that slick PR talk hides something much bigger. A war for the very soul of golf itself. Bryson's wild new vision might be the blueprint that turns the entire sport upside down. LIV Golf didn't just make a business move, they went full disruptor mode. Starting in 2026, every single LIV signee will have to play 2 international series events on the Asian Tour on top of the already packed 14-event schedule. That's right, no more chilling in the comfort of Western fairways. If you want that fat LIV paycheck, you better be ready to jet off to Oman, Qatar, Bangkok, wherever those shiny private jets decide to touch down next. Greg Norman called it a commitment to global growth, but critics aren't buying it. They're calling it exactly what it looks like, a power grab dressed in luxury spin. The message is clear. LIV wants control, and they're not hiding it anymore. And right in the middle of this glittering global takeover stands Bryson DeChambeau, once the math-obsessed golf genius, now LIV's unofficial frontman. Those random trips Bryson made to Oman and Qatar? Yeah, they weren't random at all. Those were secret moves, part of the grand plan, the blueprint for LIV's global empire. This isn't just golf anymore, it's a global takeover in motion. Bryson DeChambeau isn't just swinging clubs anymore. He's the face of LIV Golf's next wild evolution. Word is, his massive $150 million deal from 2022 is about to expire in late 2025, and he's gunning for a mind-blowing $280 million extension. Can you believe that? Insiders say LIV's investors first laughed it off, then pulled a power move of their own. The new LIV Golf isn't about tossing blank checks at stars anymore. It's about legacy over loyalty, dominance over drama. And Bryson's contract might be the biggest test yet, the deal that decides whether LIV's billion-dollar dream can actually survive in the long run. But here's where it gets even crazier. This new international rule isn't just about scheduling flights and tee times. It's a sneaky backdoor into the OWGR system. Since 2022, LIV's been begging for world ranking points, fighting tooth and nail for legitimacy. Now, by forcing players to compete inside the Asian Tour's structure, they might have finally cracked the code. If this works, Bryson's global grind could finally give him that upper hand he's been chasing for years. He's been fighting to prove himself in a sport that tried to erase him, and now he's flipping the script completely. Meanwhile, PGA loyalists can't stand it, calling it LIV's desperate attempt to look legit after years of being snubbed by golf's old gatekeepers. But Bryson, he's thriving in the chaos. During his US Open presser, he just smirked and said, "LIV's not going anywhere." That unshakable confidence sent shockwaves across the golf world. And the irony? So is the chaos that follows him. Every time LIV breaks into a new country, it sparks another rule change, another headline, another full-blown uproar. This isn't just golf anymore. It's a global turf war with Bryson right at the center of it all. And standing right in the eye of that raging storm, Bryson DeChambeau. His name now glows at the top like a shiny new Empire seal. Flashback to June 2022, when Bryson was supposed to be America's golden prodigy, the muscle-packed math genius who turned golf into a science experiment gone right. Then came the announcement that rocked the entire sport to its core. He didn't just switch tours, he ditched legacy for LIV. Overnight, the mad scientist became the sport's most controversial figure, labeled by fans as golf's biggest sellout. But it wasn't just what Bryson did, it was when he did it. LIV's Saudi millions had already snatched up stars like Dustin Johnson and Phil Mickelson, but Bryson's move hit differently. It felt like betrayal mixed with a pre-workout shake. He was young, fresh off a US Open win, the face of golf's bright new future.
He decided to go down to Trump Bedminster, Trump National Golf Club in Bedminster, New Jersey this weekend to learn more about it. Now, we showed you part of our visit last night. We had a conversation with the new commissioner of LIV Golf, Greg Norman, one of the greatest players in the world, but we wanted to know what the players who are participating in LIV Golf think of this and why'd they leave the PGA anyway? Why would anyone leave the PGA? Well, Bryson DeChambeau is one of the best golfers in the world, played at SMU. He's one of the longest drivers in the history.
And then, boom, he bounced for what fans instantly blasted as blood money. The backlash was nuclear. Social media scorched him non-stop. PGA Tour boss Jay Monahan personally suspended him, while sponsors like Rocket Mortgage dropped him faster than a bad stock tip. The media didn't just criticize him, they devoured him alive. And then came Rory McIlroy, the self-appointed moral compass of golf, who didn't hold back one bit. He called LIV players duplicitous, straight up, when Bryson tried to play peacemaker on CNN, dropping that now infamous quote, "Nobody's perfect," while defending Saudi Arabia. That was it. Game over. Fans booed him off every tee box. Protesters waved Jamal Khashoggi signs in his face, city after city, turning every course into a battlefield. But here's the twist. Bryson didn't fold. No way. He doubled down, louder and bolder than ever. While the world tried to cancel him, he just grinned, tightened his glove, and swung right back at the hate. Inside LIV's wild, no-cut party of chaos, Bryson DeChambeau found something he'd never had before: freedom. No Thursday eliminations, no uptight golf snobs breathing down his neck. Just booming drives, fat paychecks, and pure drama on every hole. It was golf with attitude, and Bryson thrived in it. He started stacking wins, building a monster YouTube empire, and flipping his villain label into one of the wildest redemption stories the sport had ever seen. By 2025, the storm had cooled. But Bryson's fire hadn't. His channel, packed with long drive madness, pranks, and locker room chaos, was pulling in millions of views. His team, Crushers GC, had become fan favorites, and suddenly Bryson wasn't sounding like a rebel anymore. He was talking like a man leading a revolution. Still, that traitor label never completely vanished. Every time he lifted another LIV trophy, there'd always be someone in the crowd whispering it under their breath. Sell out. The irony. Wild. The same man the PGA tried to bury is now the beating heart of LIV. The so-called mad scientist has become the moral core of a league built on beautiful chaos. Bryson didn't just outlast the hate. He branded it, owned it, and turned it into jet fuel for his empire. LIV's new rulebook isn't just about Asia or ranking points. It's about flipping golf's entire social order upside down. And Bryson, he's both the bridge and the explosion between what golf was and what it's becoming. By 2023, the tension between LIV and the PGA had exploded into full-blown legal warfare. Courtrooms, headlines, secret leaks. It was golf's version of a street fight. And right in the middle of that battlefield stood Bryson DeChambeau, loud, unfiltered, and swinging harder than ever. His suspension from the PGA wasn't enough for the old guard. They wanted him erased. They wanted him branded, forgotten, wiped out of the sport's memory. But Bryson, he refused to disappear. But behind all those flashing cameras and clickbait headlines, a few surprising voices started breaking through the noise. Colin Morikawa and Brooks Koepka, another defector turned disruptor, quietly stood in Bryson's corner. "He's done everything right," Morikawa said calmly. "The system hasn't." That simple line hit like a gut punch. Fans didn't even know where to stand anymore. Half the crowd was chanting USA, while the other half was spitting traitor through clenched teeth. And Bryson, he just grinned, soaking it all in, turning pure chaos into a show only he could headline. He smashed irony down the fairway like one of his 350-yard drives. The Ryder Rift ripped golf's polite mask clean off and exposed exactly what the power brokers didn't want anyone to see. This war isn't really about formats, money, or Saudi checks. It's about control. The PGA can't handle the idea that their empire might not be untouchable anymore. And Bryson, whether he planned it or not, became the living symbol of that forbidden truth. Behind all the smiles, the sponsorship deals, and the glossy press releases, he stands as a reminder that golf's old hierarchy is cracking wide open. The Bryson DeChambeau Ryder Cup fallout isn't just about exclusion, it's a full-blown warning that golf's next wars won't be fought on the greens anymore. They'll be fought in boardrooms, contracts, and broadcast deals. And if golf ever had its own gossip tabloid, Brandel Chambly would be the editor-in-chief, and Bryson would be the cover story every single week. Since 2022, no golfer has been more dissected, memed, or mocked. From CNN soundbites to viral swing breakdowns, from his infamous nobody's perfect blunder to his wild camera-loving YouTube antics, Bryson DeChambeau has become golf's ultimate mirror test. He's the reflection the sport can't escape, proof that golf's future might just belong to the chaos it's trying so hard to silence. You either see Bryson DeChambeau as a genius rewriting the rules of golf, or as a walking billboard stuffed into a too-tight polo. And now, with LIV's 2026 global takeover rolling full steam ahead, the noise is absolutely deafening. Bryson DeChambeau, sitting high on his Golf Channel soapbox, couldn't resist taking another swing, tweeting that Bryson carries the baggage of sports washing wherever he goes. And boom, golf Twitter went nuclear. One side hailed Bryson as a fearless trailblazer, the other painted him as a shiny puppet on a private jet. The war of words hit every feed, every comment section, every sports show on the planet.
Hopefully creating a lot of great entertainment for golf fans and give myself a lot of free time for myself to be able to do things outside. It's giving me the resources to go do something in Dallas, build a driving range, build a multi-sport complex, do things that I can do for my foundation, grow my education principle.
But Bryson, never one to bite his tongue, clapped back with pure swagger. Loud, witty, and totally unbothered, he dropped the now legendary tweet, "If I'm carrying baggage, it's full of trophies." That line hit like a drive straight down the middle at 350 yards. Clean, confident, and savage. It trended for 2 straight days. But behind the laughs, memes, and viral moments, the truth runs deeper. Bryson's admitted that the constant spotlight wears him down. "It's not easy being the headline every time you swing a club," he confessed. "Sometimes you just want to play golf." Still, irony follows him everywhere, like a loyal caddy who never takes a day off. The louder the hate gets, the stronger he swings. Every insult turns into another viral highlight. Every jab fuels his growing empire. Even Piers Morgan has taken swings at him, while Michael Kim's Thursday golf jokes, Brooks Koepka's teasing shade, and Rory McIlroy's moral sermons only add gasoline to the fire. And through it all, Bryson just smiles, adjusts his glove, and keeps swinging like he was born for the noise. The chaos doesn't crush him, it crowns him. Because at this point, every time the world tries to drag him down, Bryson DeChambeau just turns it into another headline victory. Bryson DeChambeau isn't just battling opponents, he's wrestling with perception itself. The media's obsession with him reveals something way deeper than just LIV or the PGA. It's golf's full-blown identity crisis. For decades, the sport hid behind its polite claps, quiet rules, and khaki comfort zone. Then came Bryson, armed with equations, energy drinks, and pure chaos. He didn't just step into golf, he detonated it. LIV didn't start the fire, Bryson just turned it into a blazing inferno. And now golf media doesn't know what to do with him. One minute they worship him like a rock star, the next they try to erase him like a scandal. But Bryson's PR game? Bulletproof. Every scandal becomes content, every insult becomes a headline, and every feud just adds fuel to his legend. He's turned criticism into a business model. His whole strategy is brutally simple. Don't hide, go louder. The louder the noise, the bigger the name. By 2025, even his haters couldn't look away. Bryson had transformed into golf's ultimate villain and ringmaster all at once, thriving in the same madness that was supposed to destroy him. Because in today's media-drunk sports world, the only real sin is being forgotten. This isn't the same Bryson who once tried to blend into the PGA's quiet country club vibe. This is Bryson unleashed. He's embraced being golf's ultimate provocateur. Part athlete, part entertainer, all chaos. His YouTube channel has become a mix of redemption arc and wild circus, packed with behind-the-scenes moments, insane club experiments, locker room laughter, and hilarious bloopers that fans can't get enough of. And here's the kicker. It's working. Those boos that used to echo around him, they're slowly flipping. First into laughs, then into cheers, then into DMs from fans begging for driver tips. Bryson turned hate into hustle. Still, the scars run deep. A chunk of golf's old-school crowd will never forgive him. The purists, the traditionalists, the ones rocking Masters visors and preaching respect the game. To them, LIV is the villain and Bryson is the flashy face on its poster. But love him or hate him, one thing's undeniable. Bryson DeChambeau has changed golf forever, and he's doing it one roar, one meme, and one monster drive at a time. Bryson DeChambeau doesn't see LIV as just a paycheck. He sees it as a platform, a movement he helped transform from punchline to powerhouse. When everyone else called it a circus, Bryson doubled down and helped turn the noise into a revolution. This is his redemption era, and it's anything but quiet. With the 2026 International Series rule now locked in, LIV isn't just surviving, it's evolving into a full-blown global empire. And Bryson, he's the face on the flag. It's performance over politics, brand over bureaucracy. But make no mistake, for him, this isn't just business, it's payback with purpose. This is the same guy who once fought back tears after being booed at the memorial. And now he fires back with a grin. The same man who lost sponsors left and right is now signing with tech titans, crypto moguls, and streaming giants. He's not cooling down, he's heating up. Those same fans who once mocked him for selling out now tune in every single week to his YouTube challenges, watching him turn golf into a wild entertainment spectacle. And let's be real, none of this is luck. It's all calculation. Bryson DeChambeau cracked the modern code. Control the narrative, and you control the world. His critics, they're stuck on repeat. Every fall from grace headline just fattens his numbers. Every moral meltdown over Livy's money gets buried under another viral swing, another monster drive, another crowd going crazy. Bryson doesn't just survive the storm, he monetizes it. He's rewriting what career survival looks like in the age of clicks, chaos, and controversy. When history rewinds this wild chapter, it won't be the lawsuits or the press conferences people remember. It'll be him, the man who made golf impossible to ignore. They'll remember how Bryson DeChambeau went from golf's mad scientist to its loudest prophet, turning backlash into legacy and chaos into empire. And maybe one day, the world will finally see it. Bryson DeChambeau didn't destroy tradition. He dragged it straight into the future. Now the real question burns bright. Where does golf go from here? The 2026 season sits like a neon-lit cliffhanger. LIV Golf pushing harder than ever with global expansion, while the PGA Tour tightens its old-school grip, desperate to hold on to control. And Bryson, he's right where he thrives, in the eye of the storm. This new International Series rule isn't just a scheduling tweak, it's a prophecy. LIV isn't begging for recognition anymore. It's building its own universe, one wild swing at a time. No more waiting for approval from golf's gatekeepers. LIV is creating a world that doesn't need anyone's permission. The Asian Tour Alliance, the explosive fan base, the jet-set calendar, it all points to a version of golf that looks nothing like the one Bryson left behind in 2022. His next contract will define LIV's future, and every insider says the same thing. He's staying. If that happens, LIV will officially crown him the face of its new era. One built on less apology, more ambition, and still dripping in beautiful, calculated chaos. But if he ever did walk away, the aftershocks would split the golf world in half all over again. Because Bryson's not just another player anymore, he's a symbol, a disruptor, an architect of something the sport's never seen before. Either way, the message couldn't be louder. Bryson DeChambeau may have started as a defector, but he's ending as a builder, a bold, eccentric visionary, piecing golf's broken world back together with oil, innovation, and pure ego. He didn't just play the game, he rewrote it, turned it inside out, and made sure golf will never be quiet again. PGA loyalists can roll their eyes all they want at LIV's so-called manufactured legitimacy, but even they can't deny what's happening. The game is changing right under their feet. Golf's crowd is getting younger, louder, more global, and they're vibing directly with Bryson DeChambeau's energy. He's not just a golfer anymore, he's the prototype for the modern athlete, a competitor, creator, businessman, and walking headline, all rolled into one. The old guard can't block the future. They can only grumble while it blows past them at 200 miles an hour. And Bryson, he's finally found peace right in the middle of the storm. He's not begging for anyone's approval anymore. He's building a legacy. "I want to build something that lasts," he said recently, smiling like a man who already knows he's done exactly that. And here's the truth. He's right. Golf isn't polite, quiet, or predictable anymore. It's loud, chaotic, international, and alive. That's exactly why fans can't look away. Bryson DeChambeau didn't just survive golf's biggest storm, he owned it. From being the sport's most hated defector to its global frontman, his transformation mirrors golf's own wild evolution, risky, rebellious, and completely unstoppable. LIV Golf's gamble didn't just challenge tradition, it rewired the sport's DNA. And Bryson, he's the face of that revolution, the headline act of golf's next generation. Whether you love him or hate him, one thing's guaranteed: golf will never, ever be quiet again. If you enjoyed this wild breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe to Golf Mode TV for more real-deal golf drama, and don't forget to share it with your crew. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Whose side are you on? The old guard or the new era? Either way, this storm isn't over, and we'll see you in the next one.